Avengers Endgame is the culmination of the last 11 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the past 21 films leading up to this. I'm going to be as vague as possible in this review because I don't want to spoil anything. We'll save that for my spoiler review. The basic plot of this movie is that the Avengers have to deal with the fallout of the decimation, an event that happened in Infinity War. That's when Thanos snapped his fingers and half of all life disappeared. That's all I'm really going to say plot-wise. This is like the movie event of the year. This is the movie event of a lifetime. Probably the biggest movie event since The Force Awakens 4 years ago. This is what everybody was dreaming and waiting for. And if this movie failed, or if reviews weren't that great, people would probably riot. Hopefully the general public, the general movie-going population feels that this movie is good, because this is my favorite movie of the year. This is a cinematic achievement. The fact that Marvel pulled this off with 21 films leading up to it and ending with this in the Infinity Saga, the fact that any of this even happened is astounding. The fact that any of this was even successful was astounding, but this one in particular, giving the big budget, which is rumored to be at $400 million, and the amount of people in the cast, so many. This is a monumental achievement. It is so visually appealing. This movie is 3 hours. I can definitely confirm that. But it doesn't feel like it's 3 hours. It doesn't go by at a sluggish pace, even though the first hour and 10 minutes of the movie, there's really no action. And that's kind of something I enjoyed about Endgame. There's a lot less emphasis on the big action sequences. Last hour of the movie is insanity. It's everything any comic book movie fan would want. It's something any superhero movie fan would want. It's just indescribable. But everything leading up to that, there's not as much action in this movie as you would think. But what happens and what does transpire is actually really interesting, and it keeps the movie at a brisk pace despite being 3 hours long. I thought I was going to fall asleep during this movie because I saw it at midnight last night and it got over at 3:30 or something like that. It's that brisk pace that keeps the movie going, that keeps you interested, it keeps you intrigued. It doesn't tire you out, even when it seems like there's nothing really going on. There's something going on. There's definitely something going on. It's just the stakes are a lot higher, even if the action is minimal. That's what I love. They didn't have to go out of their way to make this movie bigger than Infinity War. It is definitely bigger than Infinity War, but it doesn't ever feel like it's bigger than Infinity War. That final action sequence alone is definitely bigger than anything we've seen in any superhero movie to date. And I loved how they had the mindset where it was like, we don't need all these gigantic action set pieces. We don't have to make this movie look like it's going to be bigger than Infinity War. How can you just top Infinity War, which I think they did? But it's just, how can you do it after all those events that happened in Infinity War? And Marvel really outdid themselves here. It's a visual treat. It's a glorious looking movie. I loved all the visuals in it, even the CGI. The cinematography is very, very good. It's a very colorful, beautiful, fun movie to look at. It's definitely something you need to emotionally invest yourself in, because this story that they put out here with this script is definitely emotional. It's got a lot of emotional weight, more emotional weight than Infinity War, which is why I think I like Endgame more than Infinity War. You get more time with these characters. That's why it takes a step back from all the action, especially when they have to deal with the fallout of the events of Infinity War. It takes a step back from all that, and you get to spend more time with these characters, the characters we already know, but you get to know them even more, like Hawkeye. I know that dude more now. That dude's awesome in this movie. Where was some of that development in the past Marvel movies? Everybody gets their moment to shine too, even the ones that aren't in it that much, like Captain Marvel. She's fresh off a movie. She's not in this movie all that much, but damn, she gets her moments to shine. Everybody gets their moments to shine, just like they did in Infinity War. And there's a lot of stuff in here that I feel like fans probably won't agree with, but the way they did it is perfect. And that's all I can really ask for. As far as performances go, usually I don't really talk about the performances in a superhero movie, but I gotta do a standout for Robert Downey Jr. That's probably his best performance as Tony Stark and Iron Man in a Marvel movie to date. That was some mind-boggling stuff. right there. And he did fantastic. Everybody did fantastic in this movie. They gave fantastic performances, but Robert Downey Jr. to me was the standout. I feel like it was because his contract is up at the end of this movie. Whether or not he returns, we'll see. So I feel like he was like, if this is Robert Downey Jr.'s last one, I feel like his mindset was, well, I gotta give the fans my all. And that's what he did. This movie is like the Return of the King of Marvel movies. It's definitely something monumental. It's big, it's bombastic, it's entertaining as hell. This is near perfection. There's a few nitpicks that I have with the movie, but, I mean, I can overlook them because they're nitpicks. They're not major issues with the movie. I feel as if this is the perfect way to cap off the Infinity Saga in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to cap off the first 3 phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Nobody could have done it better. This is the perfect way to do it. I'm going to give Avengers Endgame an A+. Again, sorry if this is really vague. I'm trying to make it as vague as possible to not give away spoilers in case you haven't seen the movie yet. But there will be a more spoiler-filled, in-depth review coming from me as soon as possible, where I can dive into more of what happens in the movie, more of what I liked in the movie. Maybe some stuff I didn't mention here. I was just trying to be as vague as possible, trying not to spoil anything. Thank you for watching my review of Avengers Endgame. Stay tuned very soon for more reviews. I will leave all my links to my social media accounts in the description below. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.